All right, there we are, live, and it's Yank Kiwi podcast episode 48. As always, I'm your host Brett, and with me,
And DNT, I just turn up when I can.
Dean. Say, yeah. All right, sorry if you guys heard a bit of an echo in there. I did not hit the mute button in time. That's on me.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, but we're trying to be professional though. What are we talking about? We're using Google Hangouts. We're about as far from professional as it gets. I mean, the stream we do over on the Mythoverse is more professional. We're using OBS over there.
Ooh, stylish.
Oh, it looks really good too. I mean, like, dude, oh my god, dude, I don't know if you've seen any of the streams. We do them like we do them every Tuesday at 6. Yeah. So yeah, it's actually really good for us because like that's a way we keep the community engaged. Like, and I mean, to be on that stream, you got to be in the Discord, and we've got regulars that are showing up every week, which is good, and it's really good because, like I said, we keep in touch with the community. We find ways to keep engagement up and blah 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 blah. But yeah, it's honestly, I honestly really love doing that stream. To be honest, it's fun, especially concerning that it opens up with us just talking about what's going on in the behind the scenes with the Mythoverse, if we can talk about it, and then we just bullshit for a while, and then it moves on to Dan just playing a game.
Sweet.
Neostar Productions is in this chat, and he says, "Yo." Yeah, but yeah, it's oh man, I think the last week's stream that was actually pretty funny because last week Dan was playing XCOM 2, and he set up some of our characters as part of the squad. And there was a moment that has since become a meme on the Discord. So what happened was he'd set the group up for Overwatch, but then Maeve panicked and started to run, and Lenore shot her in the back. I'm gonna show. We captioned that. It's actually in the meme channel on the Discord. You're actually in there, dude. You could actually see it.
Yeah, I'm just heading to it now. Hold on.
Yeah. Listen. Yeah, I had to go up a little. Shit. And I forgot how much Grim and Tank take up in the meme channel. Holy shit. So yeah, this is gonna be this could take a while.
Yeah, I think I got it. It's you've posted and it's a template.
Yep.
Got the picture? Yep. Yeah, I've got it on screen.
Yep. That was just we had a riot with that, and you better believe I made sure Lenore got bullied for it. It was funny. That was funny because like we did not plan on that happening. Yeah, there's just I guess I did talk about this on the stream last week too, but Victor actually finished up the rust for the first issue of Changeling. He's now inking them as we speak.
Sweet. Yeah, it's getting closer, isn't it?
Yeah. Let's see. Where are we right now as far as July goes?
Practically the middle.
A little bit. You still get not quite. Hopefully, we can get it done by the end of the month. Then hand it over to Ginger, and she should have it done by mid-September.
Sweet.
Yeah, we're hoping to. Yeah, our the date we set to have this come out was around mid-September. I mean, December 21st. That was our release date.
Yep.
So, as far as that, but yeah, that's what I can speak to as far as Victor and Ginger go, because I think Ginger is still working on Sporkman. I have not heard it being finished. I know that much because would have heard something in the Wicked chat over on Twitter. I think. But Mm, I think Leandro is inking up Adobe Kroger. I think he's halfway through it. He's got the advantage since since it's black and white. The only one I think is really behind is Beth on Mythics, but she's been sick, so she's got an excuse.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I think. But yeah, at the rate we're going, I don't think there's much to worry about.
Good. That's good. And that's the main thing, isn't it?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, worst comes to worst, we just have to end up saying, okay, we had a couple setbacks. This is going to take a little bit longer than we originally planned, but we will get it out. Like, yeah, like I said, worst case scenario. Let's see. on that note, we've also been picking up more games to add into the stream. I mean, like I recently just downloaded PUBG and Grand Theft Auto 5 for the online one, so that Matt, Dan, and I can game together on air.
Cool. I never really got into GTA 5 for some reason.
I remember trying GTA 4. I got it from an ex-girlfriend. I didn't hate it, but I didn't like it as much as I liked Saints Row. My problem with GTA, I think, comes down with its engine. Because the problem I have, and this was especially true on GTA 4, I think it's been fixed with GTA 5. But with GTA 4, driving felt like you were driving across a greasy street. Like, cars you had very little control on that.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Whereas in Saints Row, the cars were way more responsive. You started and stopped when you meant to. You turned when you meant to. You never really drifted unless you were actually trying to do it. Like it was. I think the engine in Saints Row was just better than it is with GTA. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, no, I do remember the driving in Grand Theft Auto 4 didn't feel as comfy. Like even Vice City and San Andreas felt like they had easier driving mechanics.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like it felt. Yeah, like I said, it felt really unresponsive to me, or like it just felt like you had very little control over what you were doing. I mean, I did not like that about GTA 4.
I heard they butchered the game for the 10th anniversary anyway.
Oof, I don't even have it. I mean, like I haven't. So.
Well, they I think it's just the PC version, but no, wait. You might be able to get it over a store on the Xbox and Sony as well. Well, anyway, like they patched up the 10th anniversary edition, and they had to take a whole lot of songs out because they lost the music rights to them, and people were not happy about that.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I don't know about. I still am kind of getting a feel for GTA 5, so jury's out on that. Although I remember hearing that they tightened up the vehicle handling. Eric says, I love Saints Row 3 and 4. I always made my character look like Deadpool. It made the game way more better for me. Well, I can kind of see why, because Saints Row it's a goofy game. Especially in Saints Row 4 when they gave you Nolan North's voice. No, I'm not making that up.
Wow.
Yeah, you have Nolan North, like, okay, so you had like the 3 male voices and the 3 female voices. 2 of them are pretty recognizable. You got Troy Baker and Laura Bailey as 2 of the default voices, but in Saints Row 4 they actually added in Nolan North's voice as an option. It was labeled under Nolan. Oh, and Forrest is in there too. How you doing, buddy? But yeah. So yeah, I mean, like if you're making your character look like Deadpool and on Saints Row 4 and you give a Nolan North's voice, it's just like, yeah, you kind of are playing like an unofficial Deadpool game at that point, I guess.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I never really played with the Nolan North voice, to be honest, because it was just didn't really. But yeah, like the only to be honest, like the only reason I really picked up GTA 5 was just for the online, which is actually pretty cool. I mean, you can actually customize your own character, and you're dropped into Los Santos, and we're still kind of working out the kinks. Thanks, but yeah, we should be able to put in like online gaming sessions in GT Online during one of the Mythoverse streams, which will be fun as fuck.
Yeah, that would be.
Yeah, like you really even get a lot of customization options with your character, like making him not just like with appearance, but you can also decide what you can also really decide on their stats, like. That's like your categories are like strength, I think a stamina, shooting, stealth, flying, driving, holding your breath. I think it's. But yeah, there's a lot of good options for customization there, which I really dig. But yeah. No, we're still talking about video games. I know this is kind of late at this point, but did you catch? And remind me if we did.
Yeah.
Did you catch anything related to E3 this year?
Yeah, I actually watched a bit with Kurt, and we were having a good laugh at how silly it was.
Okay, keep talking. like what specifically?
Oh god, it was the one we watched together was the reveal of this new controller for Xbox, and it's like, oh god, I've forgotten how. It's an absolute ridiculous price. It was practically the price of a console, and everyone was going nuts over it. It's like, are you fucking shitting me? This is a control. You could buy a console and maybe a couple of games for the price that this control pad is going, and everyone is looking forward to this control pad like it's the best thing ever. And it's just a fucking control pad.
You know what? At least with the okay, do you remember like back with the old Xbox? Like there was this one game that sort of become a cult hit. It was called Steel Battalion. You remember that?
Oh yes, yep. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Steel Battalion, and that game's control scheme was so complex. You actually had to have like a special control rig to properly play it.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I think that thing was not cheap. I think. I need to look this up because that was.
Well, you do that. I'll look up how much this new control pad was going for.
Okay, so I'm looking up, and a Steel Battalion controller is going for $349 on eBay. Holy shit! 2 control sticks and around 40 buttons. I have to wonder what. Okay, it's probably going for that much money right now just because it's so rare these days because you can't really buy it.
Yeah.
But I cannot imagine it was really even cheap at the time when it came out. And wow, this was a Capcom game too.
Oh god, that explains it.
Well, it looks like it says it got pretty positive reviews. But like, I don't know. I never got to play Steel Battalion. I think I remember knowing it existed around when it came out. But it was, I don't know. I don't think I went out of my way to go get it. I know that much. And but what I've heard about is like this game's just so notorious for its controller. Like, holy shit, though! I mean, like almost $350. Like, Oh, there's. I mean, goddamn. I mean, like for that many controllers, sure, I can go with that. That makes sense, I suppose.
Well, I found this my one. It's coming out November 4th, and it's called the Elite Series 2. It's 160 Great British pounds, which is about 300 New Zealand dollars. So yeah, it's the price of a fucking console.
Let me run pounds to dollar. I need that in US.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
You said 106. You said what was it? 160?
160 great pounds.
106. Oops.
Oh, what's it? Oh,
that's about okay. US. That's around $200.
That's about 300 for us. Which, yeah, that's the price of a console here.
200 is not the price of a console, but it is. It's like, if they're going for $500 new these days, that's like 1/5 of the console.
It's still for a fucking control pad. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Like I said, at least the Steel Battalion controller at least has an excuse.
Yeah,
it's rare.
Yeah, this is just a new control pad coming out.
Yeah. Like I said, I mean, like that. Shit, do you think I think the reason why they had to make that controller was just because of the control scheme for the game, because like it wasn't so much as a mech assault game as it was a mech sim game, wasn't it? I'm still talking about Steel Battalion, yes.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think back. I'm not sure actually on that one.
Well, I mean, like, why else did you need a controller that complex? Which actually brings me to my next question. Is this supposed to be like a fancy? Is this supposed to be like a more complex controller, or does it look like a standard Xbox controller?
It looks standard to me, but I'm sure it's got. Let me. The best way to discover great games on consoles and PC. Blah 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 blah. The world's most advanced controller. In addition, Xbox revealed the Xbox Elite Wireless Controller Series 2, inspired by fan feedback. Okay, well,
I find that hard to believe.
Yeah, but there's no link, so that's whatever. Inspired by fan feedback, the Xbox Elite Wireless Controller Series 2 is the world's most advanced controller, designed with the most passionate gamers in mind. That's all it says, and that goes on to the price. The Elite Series 2 will launch in 24 markets on November 4th for 160 Great British pounds. It is available for pre-order now. That's all it says. Doesn't say why it's so special or anything. Well, not on this website anyway. Let me see if I can find another. Hold on.
I'm going to check the chat. Okay, $350. That's the price you pay for a Nintendo Switch and a video game. Yeah, but again, Eric, the Steel Battalion controller has an excuse. It is not many. Even when it came out, not many of these were made, and it's even rarer. These days. Neostar Production says, one game I wanted to play was the game Phantom Breaker for the 360, but for some reason I was unable to download a copy or buy a compatible copy. I don't know about Phantom Breaker, so no comment. Also, I looked up Steel Battalion again. It was a sim, or at least partly was a sim.
Okay.
Huh. Here's an interesting review you quote from IGN.
What's
and
that?
on their Wikipedia page.
Okay.
Where Mech Assault and Robotech wouldn't let us in the cockpit, Steel Battalion won't let us out. And joked the $200 cost for the control. Oh, it was $200 for the controller while the game disc was free. Oh wait, that was a joke. But $200 for that controller. But still, I can defend it being that price. That thing, like I said, I can defend that controller going for that price because it's so complex. Like, it's not just like... Like that whole setup. It's not just a bunch of buttons and a couple control sticks. It's also got pedals. Oh, and here's even, like, there's something else in the Wikipedia page. It says at the beginning of every mission, the player must start up the machine and operating system. This is handled through a series of switches and buttons dedicated to this purpose. If a corner is turned too fast, the machine will tumble over. If the player's machine overheats, the operating system must be reset. The game even simulates window wipers in case of mud hitting the monitor. If the player does not eject when prompted, the game's in-character will die and the game will delete its own save data, prompting the player to start over from the beginning. Yeah, they really went all in with a simulator.
Yeah, I was about to say, it doesn't sound like a game. It sounds like a real simulator.
Yeah.
Wow. That's, yeah, okay.
You know, like I said, I have not played Steel Battalion, but everyone I've seen talk about it seems to like it.
Oh, fair enough, I guess. I mean, yeah. What we're hearing and the experience you actually get from playing it are probably two very different things.
Yeah, I suppose. You know, besides from that really cringy controller or announcement, what else did you catch?
Hold on, let me think back. I know there was no Sony announcements this year, which was odd, but it's not like they probably heard what Xbox had to offer and were like, "Oh, we can skip E3. We don't need to compete with them this year." Well, they finally released Final Fantasy VII's release date, but I still think that game's not gonna ever be completed because they're doing it in chapters, and it's taking them 5 years just to do this first chapter. So, you know, which apparently is just going to be the Midgar stuff. God, what else was announced?
There was also the Cyberpunk 2077 announcement. That was pretty cool.
Oh yeah. Got some details on that. Borderlands 3. Cyberpunk and Borderlands 3 were probably the only two games I was really interested in. I can't even remember. Me and Kurt were just talking over and laughing at it.
Was it really that cringy?
Oh, it was. I remember they had Keanu Reeves come out for Cyberpunk because they got this character that kind of looks like him.
Actually, I think his likeness is based off him.
Yeah, and he's voicing it as well.
Please tell me you guys didn't cringe at Ikumi Nakamura's or his presentation, because I do not see how you could cringe at that.
What was his one?
Ikumi Nakamura. She had a game called Ghostwire Tokyo, I think. She was that Japanese lady everybody was memeing on Twitter.
Oh yeah, I know who you mean now.
I mean, I don't see how you could cringe at that. Like, I mean, if anything, you can at least see that she was beaming with enthusiasm.
This is true.
Like, I mean, come on, I can't even imagine even Kurt would find that cringy. Like, even he has to crack a smile at that.
Yeah. But it's just like, you look at E3, say, let's go back to 2005, 2006. It was mostly about, you know, just the games that are coming out. Now it's more like the electronics and the bloody, you know, trying to put on a good show. And what was the year when Hideo Kojima, I can't fucking say this without fucking laughing, when he gets the award for being alive, they actually fucking rewarded him for existing.
Oh yeah,
and it was the fucking most dumbest thing.
When Jeff Keighley gave him that award to Kojima. Let's see if I can.
Oh my god, I thought that was a fucking skit at first. It was so bad, but it was real. It actually happened.
Oh, it was 2016. It was 2016.
Oh, wow.
Oh, this is sounds good. Oh, this is good. Let's see. Let's see. There's a. Let me see. Apparently, Jeff Keighley even gave an emotional speech for Kojima and put Konami on blast.
Oh, that's right, because that's when they just let him go, wasn't it? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah, that was true. You know, while we're talking, I just remembered. Bloodstained Ritual of the Night recently came out, didn't it? It's written by one. That's done by one of the original people from Castlevania.
Oh yeah. I know the one you mean. Yeah, that's one I won't mind getting. It's just too expensive at the moment.
It'll probably go down. It'll probably go down in price around Christmas, I think.
Yeah, they got the sale on, so yeah, that'll be a good time to get it.
I don't know. I haven't gotten it either, but I haven't gotten it. I haven't gotten it either, but from everything I've heard about Bloodstained, it actually sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks like a fun game.
Not only that, there's DLC, and you don't have to buy any of it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Oh, bloody Borderlands 2, they released a whole DLC mission for free, which is pretty good of them.
Yeah. I think we're starting to get to the point where game developers are starting to clue in that gamers do not like microtransactions.
Maybe.
I don't know. Well, to be honest, I'm not even sure. Actually, from what I've heard, it may not even be the devs' fault so much it is the publisher's fault, because the publishers want to turn that game into a money making machine.
Yeah.
Constantly keep a constant flow of cash coming in. So that's where a lot of microtransaction stuff are sort of put in on orders from the publisher.
Well, no, that was it. Metal Gear Survive, the one that's like fucking a zombie game for some odd reason, and that had one of the worst microtransactions. You had to play, you had to pay $10 to get another character save slot.
Oh god, all I remember is that Metal Gear Solid Survive is like, I have yet to see anyone who actually likes that game.
Yeah, it was a complete disaster. It was just a zombie survival horror game with, the Metal Gear slapped on it, because Metal Gear is a brand that people would go for. But even the die-hard fans of Metal Gear did not like that fucking game. So
that's gonna say something.
Yeah, I mean, they're the ones who bloody defend Metal Gear Solid 4 to the end as being one of the best games ever, and it's more a fucking movie than anything.
It's a movie with some occasional gameplay.
Yeah.
I mean, for God's sake, it has a 90-minute cutscene. A 90-minute cutscene.
I fell asleep. When I first played that, I literally fell asleep, and someone saying, "Oh no, it's like 2-hour cutscene." I'm like, "Was it?" Because I thought it was shorter, and I remembered I'd actually fallen asleep, so I missed most of it.
God damn it! There is no reason to put a 90-minute cutscene into a game, and I can't tell if that's just Kojima being that self-indulgent, or if he's just trying to actually set the record for longest cutscene in a game. Which if that was his aim, well, he got it. Metal Gear Solid 4 has the Guinness World Record for longest cutscene in a game.
And it's not like...
Yes, Neostar, a decent game is already a money-making machine. You were saying?
I was saying, like, even the levels that you play as, they were very linear. I mean, like, in the other Metal Gear Solid, you could, like, there was always more than one way to get around. In this one, it was basically a path at every level. You had to go a set route. So yeah, you were just going from cutscene to cutscene. Practically, that was the game. Just get to the next cutscene.
This has always been something This has always been an issue I've had with a lot of cutscenes in video games. There's always this disconnect between what goes on in the cutscene and what you can do in the game. It's like now depending on what game you're talking about, it's a little more forgivable. Like in Devil May Cry, they have all these cutscenes of these really over-the-top moves. You can't do any of that in the game proper, but the cutscenes aren't that long.
Yeah.
And plus, you kind of have access to a lot of over-the-top moves already, so it really doesn't matter that much. Now, compare that to Metal Gear Solid, where it's like you have these really over-the-top action set pieces in the cutscenes, and then you play the game, and it's sneaking.
Yeah, which is fine. Like,
I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's just more like it's tonal whiplash. It's like it's trying to be two things at once, but they don't really mesh. On the one hand, it wants to be this over-the-top action movie, but on the other, it wants to be this cerebral stealth game.
I'm going to say that you've played through Metal Gear Solid 4.
I only get to be one or the other. I'm sorry.
Have you seen the bloody riding cutscene when he's kind of like doing a break dancing and swinging this giant freaking robot by a chain with his feet and using it to smash into other things?
Yes, I remember that.
Jesus fucking.
Say what you. Even if you did not like Metal Gear Rising, at least it picked a tone and stuck with it.
Yeah.
It decided to stop. Metal Gear Rising decided it wasn't going to be a stealth game and just instead be an action game. I'm actually kind of bummed out that as far as we know, there's not going to be another Metal Gear Rising game.
Yeah, I think the Metal Gear games are probably going to disappear for a long while, especially after fucking Survival and since Kojima's gone.
Yeah. All this talk of video games. Gotta get myself a capture card. I miss uploading gaming videos. Yeah. I gotta work on upgrading my rig so that I can stream game footage. But I think. Also, I kind of think like a Metal Gear Solid 5. Didn't that kind of leave like a bad taste in some people's mouths?
Well, it was never completed because it was meant to be, 3 games. And the first game was at Ground Zeroes. It felt like a demo. It was only a couple of hours long, but it was a full price game and no one liked that. Then the next one, Phantom Pain, I think.
Yeah, that is 5 is Phantom Pain.
Yeah. That came out and a lot of people were happier with it, but apparently it didn't really have an ending. It was kind of rushed, and that was because there was meant to be another game, but all that stuff with Kojima being kicked out of Konami happened, so of course they had to rush the ending. And yeah, so yeah, that one kind of fell through.
I remember hearing in a Razorfist video that Kojima always seems to try and, like, ever since 2, he's been trying to end Metal Gear Solid, but he keeps getting dragged into it.
There's probably some truth to that.
I mean, I don't know about since Metal Gear Solid 2, but I can definitely see that being true with Metal Gear Solid 3, because it seemed like that.
Snake Eater.
Yeah.
That was actually another thing, though. I actually like that one.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, like I said, with Metal Gear Solid 3, I can definitely see that being true because, like, if you were gonna pick an end, you might as well that might as well have been it. But no, then we got Metal Gear Solid 4, which that was supposed to be the end of Snake's story. It's like, is there any more real? It's like, how much more can you do? And then Metal Gear Solid 5 happens, and it's just how. And it's more prequel stuff dealing with Big Boss.
Well, in Metal Gear Solid 4, they all of a sudden Solid Snake had that thing which made him age faster, didn't it? And they'd never come up before in other games.
Well, what they did, how they got around that was by saying because as he was cloned from Big Boss, his genes are kind of imperfect or something. I don't know.
Yeah. But they kind of threw that in, so it's like, oh no, we can't bring him back because he's going to be dead in a couple of years. So there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, because it just in part 4, he just seemed to suddenly have aged, and it never happened in the other games, and there was quite a few years between them. So yeah, it was that one did feel kind of forced, but I can see why they were doing it. They just don't want Solid Snake around anymore.
Yeah, they just wanted to get it up. They just wanted to get it over with. Let me take a look at the timeline, see like how much time was supposed to be between 2 and 4. Wow, there's even a whole website for this.
Of course there is.
Okay, so set 4, please. Okay, so 20. Okay, so let's see. Let's see. 2 is in 2007. 4 is in 2014.
So 7 years. So in that 7 years, he suddenly aged extremely fast. Yeah.
Yeah, he looks like he's aged about like let's give Snake benefit of the doubt and say like maybe he's in like his late 30s by 2. Yeah, he looks like he's aged about 4 decades in 7 years.
Yeah, I mean, you'd think I'm no fucking scientist here, but if he had some kind of genetic defect that was causing him to age rapidly, it would be a thing over his life. It wouldn't just suddenly 7 years it suddenly kicks in and that's it.
Yeah.
So yeah, they did kind of force that into part 4. That's what it's felt like.
Like they would have been better off at least like maybe like they probably could have gotten away with it. Did they like put maybe more time, like maybe 20 years or something? Still would have been. I think that would have been a bit more plausible.
Yeah. Or they could have just fucking did what they did to wrap everything else up. Because it was the nano machines. They made him age fast. Because the nano machines fucking were responsible for fucking everything by the end of that game.
You know what? They even had a way to get if they wanted to make it the end of Snake's story, there was even still a way to do it. Just say he's got fox die.
True. Yeah, they could have done that.
Yeah, it's a virus that is meant to kill people with a specific genetic structure.
Apparently, nanomachines and cloning don't mix.
No shit, they don't. But yeah, they could have just gone with that. Like, say he's got fox die and there's no cure, because there is no cure for fox die if I remember correctly.
No, it's never. No, they never mention one. Well, they never mention them in the main games. I mean, I haven't really played Rising or Phantom Pain, so if they mention the cure in that, that's beyond what we know.
I'm gonna look this up because I'm looking this up right now. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Is there I type in cure on its wiki page, doesn't come up.
No, there you go.
Doesn't have a cure. So like once you got fox die, it's only a matter of time.
Yeah. Well, that would have been a better send off than All of a sudden, and his aging just kicks in, his rapid aging.
Yeah. It's just like, I don't know.
Nano machines, son. Fuck, I hate those fucking nano machines. It's like everything was fucking nano machines by the end.
It's it's like I'm trying to think. This reminds me of something. There was another. It's like shit. It's like the fucking replicators on Star Trek. It's one of those things where they just don't really, where it just does whatever they need. It's like it's a convenient plot device that just does whatever you need it to.
Oh god, yes, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the replicators on Star Trek, like the replicators on Star Trek. Oh. Yeah.
You know, there is a bigger offender of a game that's mostly cutscenes and just comes up with the absurd way to wrap everything up, and that is Final Fantasy 13.
For a second, I thought you were gonna say these were. I thought you were gonna name a David Cage game.
No, I'm talking about Final Fantasy 13, which is almost the same structure of Metal Gear Solid 4, where you play a little bit, you get a cutscene. You play a little bit, you get a cutscene, and everything is a fucking straight, narrow path.
I'm not gonna argue that. Final Fantasy 13 is hot garbage, man.
But then the kicker is you get to the end of the game, and the mystical goddess solves everything for you. That's the official story. There's no mention. There's very little mention of her unless you do this sub quest where you go hunting for like ancient texts that mentions her. But you could completely miss that. So you get to the end of the game and say, "Yay, the goddess came and saved us." Like, why? Why?
Oh, God, I did not. I really hated Final Fantasy 13.
Oh, fucking everyone did. No, actually, no. There were people who loved it and thought it was the best direction that JRPGs should be moving in. I'm like, are you fucking serious?
Okay, first of all, that game is insultingly easy.
Yes.
Like, there's no strategy to it. And there's no strategy for Final Fantasy 13 at all.
Before you go on, people were praising that the battle system was difficult when the game practically is playing its fucking self. It is not the hardest Final Fantasy. It
isn't.
No. Anyway, sorry, carry on.
Final Fantasy X's battle system was more complex and more difficult. At least let me put it this way. Final Fantasy X, at least the characters had specific jobs that only they could do. In Final Fantasy 13, you can swap them all out on the fly. Everyone can do everything. No one is good at one thing. You can have a whole team of healers. You can have a whole team of tanks. You can have a whole team of buffers. It's just like, there's no strategy there because there's no trying to figure out a way to make best use of your teammates' abilities when they can all do the same goddamn thing.
Yeah.
Like, compare that to Final Fantasy X. And I know, which is a game some people like to harp on for good reason. I would say it's definitely when I think you could definitely pin it as to the point when the series started declining. Personally, I think it's been going downhill since 7.
Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there. Final Fantasy X, you got Auron. He's a tank. Well, wouldn't say a tank. He's a heavy hitter. Like, he does a lot of damage in melee. Like, you've got Waka, he does a lot of range combat with the Blitz Ball, which is stupid, but at least it has has a good function. Lulu, black mage. Yuna, white mage. Riku, she's a thief. But you get the idea. They all have different jobs.
And you had to take them in and out.
Yeah, exactly. And that could cost you, and in fact, if I remember correctly, swapping them in and out would cost you a turn.
Yes, in some cases it would, yeah.
Not so much in Final Fantasy 13 when you can have Lightning, Snow, and Hope all do the same thing.
God, I hate Snow.
I think I hated Hope more than I hated Snow.
I could forgive Hope because he's a kid. I mean, I didn't like him, but at least he's a kid. It's like, okay, he's a kid, whatever. But he's fucking whiny. Snow, yeah.
He was still kind of whiny, though.
Yeah, he was, but Snow was just so fucking pathetic.
Yeah. He was, when you get right down to it, all of the game's events, they're his fault. He
wanted to be the hero, yeah.
He's the reason it all happened when you get right down to it.
Yeah. We probably shouldn't open this can of worms because Jesus Christ, those characters.
I don't know. I kind of feel like you've been wanting to dunk on this for some time.
Yeah, and they made fucking 2 sequels to this. Like, oh my god. And they were planning a 4th, but I heard they were planning a 4th. I'm not sure how true that was. But yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, dude, seriously. And do not tell me that was just never ever tell me that was a good game. It was not.
No. Hey, you get back to the battle mechanics, how you say, like, you could have everyone the same. You got to remember, 2 of the characters were controlled by AI, and they had this skill that the characters would sometimes automatically use. It was called Libra.
I don't remember. That would
it was Libra or some shit, and it would detect the enemy's weakness. So those 2 AI players for the rest of the game would remember that and would know exactly what to do if you ever encounter that monster again, and they could destroy it on their own. And people were saying that it was hard because, they restricted your levels, but it didn't matter because you had 2 AIs which knew exactly what to do to keep you alive the entire time. So yeah.
Pretty much. And then there's the thing where, like, you could just it really did not take a whole lot of input from you. You could just leave. You could just set the controller down and let the battle play on its own, and you'd win.
Yeah. You'd have to do something extremely fucking stupid to die.
Like, in other words, you would have to fail on purpose.
Yeah. You'd have... I actually wanted to see if I could die in one battle, and I really had to go out of my way to let it happen.
So okay, so like, can you name a scenario where this happened?
I can. It was, there's one part of the game, you go to Hope's old town, and you're being chased through it by the military, and you come across these big tanks, and they hit hard, but my characters were killing them. So what I did was I changed everyone to healer. No, wait, what the fuck did I do? I can't remember what I changed it so that they were mostly in a defense stance. and they were just taking the hits, and it took for fucking ever, but eventually they went down. But I said it so no one was healing. I had them as a healer class, but they weren't doing healing. It was, yeah, I really had to. I had to work at fucking getting a game over, Brett. They made me work for a fucking game over.
Should not happen.
How many games fucking do that?
I don't know. Neoscar says, I only enjoyed Final Fantasy 13's intro. Leona Lewis did a great cover of My Hands. I did not even know that was a cover. I thought that was an original song.
Oh, no. I remember. Yeah, they did get her to do the cover for it. That's right.
Oh, wait a minute. It's an English Is it an English language cover?
Yeah, because a lot of people were not happy that she'd been picked. I remember that being a thing.
Oh my god, she even released it on one of her albums.
Oh, who would want to buy that?
Was Leona Lewis even a big thing at the time?
She had in a defense, she did have that song Bleeding Love, which seemed quite popular. I didn't like it, but it was quite a popular song at the time. In her defense, yeah. I guess given what else was popular at the time, she was probably the less hated one of mine. I can't believe she put that on her own album, though.
She put the English language cover on her album. Wow.
Oh god. I gotta see how well this album sold. I'm fucking curious.
It was Leona Lewis Echo. I'm looking that up right now. I'm looking that up right now, man. I gotta see. I have to see this too. I'm gonna look. Let's see. Critical reception. Response was mostly mixed.
Oh god.
Usually here's something. The Observer's review gave it 3 out of 5. Well, with reviewer Peter Robinson writing, usually for an X Factor graduate, unusually for an X Factor graduate, there was actually something at risk if the second album didn't work, but Echo hit its target. A handful of upbeat numbers, including an unexpected foray into frothy high-speed electro, pulled Leona back from the brink of boring. Jim Farber of the New York Daily News agreed, writing, Echo has a sense of fun and a youthful vim rarely on display on Spirit. It's faster, harder, and way catchier. Okay, these are all the nice ones. Let's look at the harsh ones. Entertainment Weekly said that too much of Echo is mired in soppy balladry and standard issue dancery, adding that when it works, however, as on the soaring happy and feathery synth-laden I Got You, all is momentarily redeemed. The Guardian says that Echo's 13 tracks, which were co-written by Justin Timberlake, One Republic's Ryan Tedder, and other costly names, followed the formula of her debut. The slow piano accented build-up, punctuated by sharp intakes of breath and vocal curly cues, and then the climatic explosion as the drums crash in and she hits the chorus. The voice is impressive enough, but there's no denying the stolid catchiness of some songs, notably Happier and her cover of Oasis's Stop Crying Your Heart Out, but she appears to like the lightness of touch this album desperately needs. Slant stated that less compelling material, particularly on the album's second half, finds Lewis's talent squandered. The gooier adult contemporary numbers, of which I Got You is the worst, tend to add a lot of unnecessary vocal doctoring to the mix, edging on the faceless robopop that's become all too ubiquitous in the age of autotune. And too much of the album's runtime is dominated by altogether thoughtless ballads like the languid late album duo of Stop Crying Your Heart Out and Don't Let Me Down, in which Lewis confronts dull piano-driven arrangements with vocals that, while technically unimpeachable, lack any warmth or emotional expression.
Oh, wow.
God, it was okay. Here's how it did on the charts. U.S. Billboard 200, it was in 13. Okay, that's actually pretty good.
Yeah, that is.
Okay, UK R&B albums, it was number 1. UK albums, number 1. Swiss albums, it was number 3.
Oh god.
Like the lowest, I'm looking at this, and the lowest it did was 98th place on the top 100 in Mexico.
I should have been born in Mexico.
Like, it seems like it's like when it came out, it seemed like it did pretty all right.
Well, I just looked up the My Hand song itself, and it was number 145 on the chart. So, yeah, the song itself didn't do well, at least. At least they didn't like the song.
Yeah, sure.
Oh my god. I'm going to assume that people bought the album for other songs, not the fucking Final Fantasy song in that case, because by itself, the song did not do well.
I have to imagine that the song was put there as filler, and I don't think her fans cared one bit about Final Fantasy 13.
Yeah,
it's one of those it's like one of those cases where, like, okay, you put what other reason would that song be on there if not for filler? Because were Final Fantasy fans gonna buy a Leona Lewis album? No. Nope. Were Leona Lewis fans gonna know what a Final Fantasy game was? Most likely not.
Yeah. Yeah, it would have just been put on there because it was the only way they could get it out to the public. That would make sense.
Like, I think like it was supposed to be 13 tracks. I just think that just sounds like it was. Everything sounds like it was slapped on there as filler.
Yeah.
I mean, oh. You know what? Enough about Final Fantasy 13. Like, do you think are we of the same mind that Final Fantasy 7 was where the decline started?
Yes. Though I'm gonna say that Final Fantasy 9 did give me a little spark of hope because I actually enjoyed that one, but yeah. Final Fantasy 7 was the beginning of the end. And now we're getting the remake, which is never going to get ever going to get completed. I am going to tell you that right now. It is never going to be completed.
Yeah, someone clip this because he's probably going to be right about it. But here's the thing though. If Final Fantasy 7, like what like looking at it as a whole, what was it Final Fantasy 7 did that more or less kind of ushered in the end for the series?
Well, I'm going to be honest. Final Fantasy 7 was my first Final Fantasy game, but I had experience with other JRPGs beforehand, with such as Phantasy Star and Breath of Fire. But so I had those behind me. Going into Final Fantasy 7, I mean, it was very stylish and it looked good for its time. I'm not going to fucking say it didn't. It was a large game, but the battle mechanics were so absolutely simplistic. And apart from the limit breaks, every character was the same. You could make every single character the same. There was nothing that, gave them a defining battle trait which would set them apart. And it was extremely fucking easy.
Yeah, except for maybe how they fought specifically, because if you kind of transpose it over to like classic JRPG mechanics, like Tifa looks like she's supposed to have a monk sort of build, or Cloud looks like he's supposed to have more of a warrior build, and like Yuffie's obviously got the ninja yada yada. But yeah, like wasn't Final Fantasy 7 the start of the series becoming more sci-fi than fantasy?
I would say Final Fantasy 6 would actually be that one.
But it kind of always had those elements because you had airships as far back as the first game, I believe.
Yeah, and I remember
Yeah.
The fourth one, you end up going to the moon, and the fifth one, you end up going to another world. So,
Yeah.
I mean, Final Fantasy VII had the strongest sci-fi out of the
At least
games up until that point. Yeah,
aesthetically.
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. But I mean, like, now that I think of looking back on it, yeah, the characters look like they should have sort of class builds, but they don't play like they do. Kurt is saying, "You talking about weeb shit?" Yes, we are.
Yuffie.
Well, we get. Yeah. No, I'm gonna send Kurt a link. I want to get him in on this.
Oh, this should be good. He does not like Final Fantasy VII, so this should be good.
You're damn right. Okay. All right. All right. Just Kurt, check Facebook.
Oh god, speaking E3, they announced they're doing a Final Fantasy VIII remaster as well, and it's going to include voice actors apparently.
Ugh. Nobody like. Did anyone even like Squall when he wasn't talking?
No, I do like the fan theory that Squall dies at the end of disc one. I've got to admit, I really like that theory, and I wish that was actually canon.
Yeah, but that's because you don't even. That's because Squall is so unlikable, though.
But it also makes the game seem better because after disc one, it goes completely fucking bonkers. And if it's because it's happening all in his head as he's dying, the game actually makes fucking sense.
Yeah, that is a good point. But yeah, you know what? I can actually, now that I think about it, because like I remember like an old Ace Salieri video where he was talking about like how he sort of felt like Final Fantasy VII was now where he started hating the series. It was Final Fantasy VIII. He hated that one.
Yeah.
Fuck, I even remember an old video with the Archfiend where he said he hated Final Fantasy VIII.
Archfiend also loved Final Fantasy 13, so his kind of on a
Yeah,
gray area there. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
I'm starting to get this sense like Final Fantasy VIII is the one everybody hates.
The thing is, it's technically not the worst game, though. Technically, it's not the worst.
I remember from the old. I remember Spoonie's old Final Fantasy VIII video, and he was talking, and he went on and on about the battle system. And you know what? If you said like the problem with Final Fantasy VII was that the battle system was way too simple.
Yep.
Well, you're making it sound like, well, at least Spoonie makes Final Fantasy VIII. It sounds like it had the exact opposite problem. It was too complex.
Yeah. There was all the fucking junctioning and it was trying to be smarter than what it was. Like on paper, what they probably had an idea for was really good, but yeah, it was trying to be smarter than it needed to be, and it didn't pan out.
I think like one thing I remember Spoonie really complaining about in his old Final Fantasy VIII review was the draw mechanic.
Oh god, yep.
Okay, now you gotta, since I missed out on Final Fantasy VIII, you gotta explain that.
Okay, so in Final Fantasy VIII, your characters can't do anything but use attack or items unless you equip, a summon to them. And then they get a bunch of skills. Now, but to get magic in that game, you had to use draw. And how that works is you could go into battle and it was basically like how blue magic used to work. You use draw and it would steal magic from the enemies. And you could stockpile it or you could cast it out. But you had to stockpile it because then later on you could junction it to your character's stats and it would make them stronger. Hello, Kurt.
Hey, buddy.
Well, hello.
So, okay, so
I'm not broadcasting video, am I?
say what?
I said, am I broadcasting video? Yes or no? Because I don't want to be
No.
broadcasting video.
Just you. It's your avatar, man.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So what's this weeb shit we talking about here?
Okay, well, Dinte is saying that the problem with Final Fantasy VII was the game's battle system was too simple, and going off Spoonie's old Final Fantasy VIII review, I'm thinking its problem was the opposite. It was too complex.
Not really. I mean, I don't know. Final Fantasy VII's battle system wasn't that complex. If anything, Final Fantasy VIII's
That's what I
system
said.
is a lot.
Yeah, that's
okay.
what we meant. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Final Fantasy VIII was a little too convoluted.
Especially with
For anybody to just, who's casually into like RPGs, like to get at first, you know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, there's so many different spells that you have to attach to different attributes to even get the fucking thing to work properly. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
And then there's the fucking draw mechanic, which, if I remember correctly, that leaves you vulnerable.
Yep.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, you have to spend a turn to draw magic, and that can leave you open to attack.
Yeah. That Final Fantasy VII remake, I don't know. I'm going to see the buzz on that before I even give a definitive answer whether or not I'm going to get that yet.
I'm not going to bother.
Dinte is convinced that it is never going to get finished.
No, I don't.
No, it'll get finished. It'll get finished. It'll come out, but I mean,
they're doing it in parts though, and this is only part one. It's taken 5 years.
Well, I mean, that's really not, that big, when you consider like, development cycles and everything like that. They had to restart it because they weren't happy with how it was going. So I would rather them restart the project completely and give us a better game than, them just releasing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess.
Who knows? It could be good. It could be good.
Yeah.
I think
I'm trying to give. Oh Jesus! Sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that you're willing to give it a shot when Dinte said that you hate Final Fantasy VII, I think that says something.
Well, I mean, it could be good. You don't know. Yeah. You don't know. I'm trying to give things more the benefit of the doubt nowadays.
Yeah.
But I'm not really optimistic yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I still think. Yeah, although I think we're probably all the same mindset, though. Final Fantasy 13 is the low point.
Yeah.
Yep.
Name a worse Final Fantasy game. Trick question, you can't.
I don't know, maybe Mystic Quest?
Is Mystic
the
Quest
Super
really,
Nintendo?
Is Mystic Quest really that bad?
It's not good.
I never really played that one, so I can't say.
What do you guys think about these new community guidelines that are going to be coming out, or where you can't talk shit about people anymore? That's harassment now, apparently.
Oh god, when's this happening?
So we can't even. So like what? We can't even talk shit about each other in good fun.
Well, it just depends on how people take it. Like channels like H3 Productions and stuff like that. Mr. Mediker. Just like a lot of channels that just like talk about other channels and stuff like that. It's probably going to be going to the wayside.
Boy. I can see Tonka Saw's channel really getting hit with this, with how many people have an axe to grind with him.
So yeah, commentary channels are going away. The guidelines are changing. I'm glad I kind of pulled out when I did.
Yeah.
I am essentially done with YouTube. I've been done with YouTube for a long time. Yeah. It's just not a place I want to put videos anymore. Let alone make videos for. Because it keeps changing. Nothing is spelled out. You know, they keep changing their minds about stuff. They're cracking down more and more on quote unquote offensive content. You know, I mean, I'm no saint. You know, I've made offensive content on my channel. There's plenty of, you know, offensive content on my channel. You know, but you know, I mean, it's not like I'm like telling people to kill themselves or something like that. You know what I mean? It's even if, you know, there was stuff like that. I'm not saying my channel, but you know, if there's stuff like that too, you know, it's, you know.
I mean, come on. There's you can find clips of old Bill Hicks, of old Bill Hicks bits where he does, you know, that bit he does where he says, like, if you're in advertising, please kill yourself.
Yeah.
Is that going to go down? You're going to take down
Probably.
you're going to take down a classic stand-up bit because he's telling because he's doing what's clearly a joke, saying that advertisers are scum.
Yeah, so someone will find a way to get insulted over it. You can guarantee that.
Well, it's like, you know, I posted an article a few days ago where it's like people were complaining to Netflix about Stranger Things or whatever, having much smoking. So they've adjusted their policy now. And it's like, no more smoking in our original series and shit.
Oh my
Seriously?
God.
Like, yeah.
Oh, God.
It was the fucking 80s. Beat that. Smoking was the tamest thing they could be doing.
Yeah. But,
like,
you know.
It's not like they were snorting cocaine on it.
Yeah.
That's what everybody was doing back in the 80s. Everyone was snorting coke.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's just not a platform I really like anymore.
So if you're not going to be on, if you're not going to do videos on YouTube,
no, I'm not. I'm pretty much done. Just done.
Yeah, if you're not even going to do videos on YouTube, like what, you're never going to take it elsewhere, like BitChute or anything?
Nah. There's not enough audience over there yet.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Once any of those other platforms start pulling real traffic, maybe. I just don't see it happening anytime soon.
Well, it may happen sooner than you think if these guidelines keep going the way they do.
And the problem,
I'm not sure.
Let's see.
I'm not so sure about that.
Well, here's, you know, if they're cracking down on offensive content, how long do you think it's going to be before they give PewDiePie the axe?
I mean, it's already kind of happened to him a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, there are videos where he hasn't like sworn at all, and it's still gotten demonetized. You know what I mean?
So let's just say hypothetically, with these new guidelines, PewDiePie's channel gets axed, and YouTube is just like, we're not going to put it back in. And so, like, well, Felix is going to go to the one place that will host him, and he'll take it all to BitChute. You're gonna,
yeah, but that's if, and I don't think that that's likely. I mean, the world could fucking end tomorrow, but is it likely? Nah.
Well, I could see with PewDiePie, if he loses YouTube, he might just give it up altogether. I mean, he's doing all right now, so it's not like he needs it.
And I think he's gone on record to say that he has saved his money, you know?
Or at least
he's invested money and stuff.
Yeah.
So
he doesn't need this. He just does this for fun.
Pretty much, yeah. Which is like, you know, the advice I would give anybody who's looking into starting up a YouTube channel or, you know, making videos is to just do it for fun. Because if you're doing it to try and reach people, well, yeah, I mean, you know, nowadays, like, fuck, dude, how do you even do it? Yeah, I mean, a lot of these big channels, you know, like were uploading videos like years ago, or at least before the community guidelines fucking changed.
Yeah, like some of the biggest, people do kind of take that for granted that some of the biggest channels on YouTube are some of the oldest.
Yeah. So
it's like,
I mean, the next logical thing is going to be that YouTube is going to be exclusively a subscription-based service.
Yeah.
If you think about it, because it's like they're already rolling out all kinds of stuff, like, you know, YouTube Premium and YouTube Red and shit like that,
Kids.
you know.
They also got YouTube Kids.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So, I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. It's like, hey, watch, you know, all this stuff, you know. But I mean,
I guess so.
If it's like the day it costs money is the day I'm just like, nah, I'm like officially done. I mean, I still watch videos on the platform and everything, but I mean, it just seems like the most logical thing that they're gonna do is they're just gonna they're gonna make it a subscription based service, and yeah, you have to pay to upload videos or something like that, and it goes through intense scrutiny for it to even become live. But because you got to think of it also this way too, since YouTube, you know, has been bought by Google, they haven't made a profit.
That is also true.
You know,
Google still keeps them around even though they don't make money.
So it's either they do that and they keep changing the guidelines to the point where it's like TV, you know, that's exactly where they're going.
Especially with all these former TV channels starting up their own YouTube channels. Like,
yeah, like Will Smith and shit.
Yeah, I was about to say that they're fucking pushing Will Smith to have his own channel because that's what everyone wants on YouTube is Will Smith.
Well, not just that. I was thinking more like stuff like, you know, CBS has a YouTube channel. ABC has a YouTube channel. The Food Network has a channel.
It's true, it does.
Yeah.
But, I'm actually subscribed to the Food Network's YouTube channel because you know what? That one's actually kind of useful.
Yeah, no, I'd agree with that.
Oh yeah.
Goddamn.
That's where we're at today with YouTube.
Yeah.
It was really funny too. The thing is that I saw this shit coming. Everybody saw this shit coming. Diente, you saw it. Brett, you saw it. Everybody fucking saw it coming. And I was making videos about this fucking shit years ago. And, you know, now it seems like the fucking the bandwagon has got a little top heavy.
Are you stealing Razor Fist's line there?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Because if it isn't fucking true, I don't know what is. Because I mean, I remember saying it's not gonna become a thing. It's not gonna, you know, people aren't gonna start doing shit about it until the bigger channels are starting to get hit. You know, like back in the day, this was always on a smaller channel level. Like most of it, you know, it was on a smaller channel level. People who weren't partnered, people who weren't part of a network. You know. And I would say within the last 2-3 years, it's really started to affect the bigger channels' bottom lines. And that's why everybody's talking about it now. They make a video, everybody else makes a video, you know, whatever. You know what I mean?
We're talking about channels. If they're talking about action channels that are offensive, PewDiePie's probably on that list. I mean, you already said like H3's been dealing with this shit. Like, how long before Keemstar's on that list? And he supposedly
I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure he has felt it.
Yeah, and Keemstar has people on the inside of YouTube that he's in contact with. He's connected. Yeah. And even he's not safe.
No. Nobody's safe on that fucking platform. Nobody has immunity anymore. Which I guess is both a good and bad thing.
Yeah. Well, does that mean even the corporate channels aren't safe?
Oh, the corporate channels are golden.
Yeah. Okay, so it's all the independent channels that aren't safe.
Yeah. You have 2 subscribers or 2 million subscribers. You know, you're held by the same standard. You know what I mean?
Unless again, you're one of the corporate channels.
Yeah, that's actually, you know, like, that's actually, you know, has, like, enough sway to fucking get people taken down or something like that, you know? I mean, it's only going to be a matter of time before videos of mine are going to be taken down. I mean, there's already, you know, I mean, they've already gotten rid of monetization for pretty much everybody with less than, you know, like a couple thousand subscribers, you know? And, God, it's been like, what? Almost 2 years since I've even fucking uploaded anything to my channel.
Yeah, I think it was your Life is Strange was your last one, wasn't it? When you're doing the junkyard.
My last major one.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like, I mean, I can't fault. I mean, I can't fault you, especially when there's like no real competition for YouTube either. It's like, I mean, you could go over to BitChute, but what's the point right now?
For me, it's just to have my videos up. That's the only reason I'm on there, because I know they're safe for now, anyway.
I mean, the Mythoverse has a YouTube channel, which that might not even be safe, but I mean, like, we're just uploading streams there right now. I mean, ours is pretty clean and shit, but I mean, worst comes to worst, we'll just migrate over to Twitch.
Yeah. I mean, if I got to making like videos and stuff again, I wouldn't be like making videos. I'd be doing live streams on like Twitch.
Yeah.
Which is probably where I'll end up going as soon as I get a better computer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, shit. I've had a YouTube channel for almost 12 years, and like, it's just, it's fucking trash, man. It's fucking trash.
2005, it was so fucking cool. Like, dude, I mean, think about that. We're old enough to remember what is now ancient YouTube, basically.
Yeah.
We were there.
I think our golden years were like 2011, 2012. For us personally, that is.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, definitely. I mean, not only that, but there's no community anymore. That's another thing. There's no community anymore. And it's really fucking sad.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I met you guys like, what, almost 10 fucking years ago?
Holy shit,
coming up to it now, yeah.
Yeah, it's coming up to it. It's getting close, man.
Holy shit, we've actually known each other that long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've only got one other relationship that has lasted longer than that, and that just happens to be my best friend, whom I have known her since we've known each other since before we could walk. Like, I've known her almost my entire life.
And that shit just don't happen anymore on YouTube. They're just, you know, I don't know about you, but I don't fucking comment on videos anymore.
No, I like the odd ones, but that's about it.
You know?
Yep. I barely comment on. Fuck, I'm more active in the Kumite chat than in the comments section of any given video.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I just realized that I spend I spend more time in a Kumite chat. If I don't comment on I don't comment on videos much these days either. Like I don't know, like the Kumite chats are fun, all right?
I don't even know what that is.
I won't hold that against you. Whatever.
The Kumite, that's Tonka Saw's show, Dinte.
Okay, yeah.
I like some pretty gay shit too, so.
Hey, how many of you have gotten a grown man to yell, "You leave Milo and Otis out of this"? People have wholesome memories about Milo and Otis. Because I did that.
Well, I'm sure you're very proud.
Oh, that is one of my big internet achievements, is getting Tonka to be defensive over his childhood memories of Milo and Otis.
You brought up the animal abuse, didn't you?
No, what happened? No. It wasn't. I did not. It was actually, if I remember the context, it had more to do with the. I forget how it got to that. All I do remember is it has something to do with gory horror movies.
Okay.
Yeah, and in that same chat, I typed in, remember when Saw was the goriest movie ever? And Tonka pipes in saying, no, Saw was not the goriest movie ever. Cannibal Holocaust happened 30 years before that. And then I later typed in, wasn't Cannibal Holocaust the movie where the director had to prove in court that he didn't kill his actors on camera?
Yes, it was.
My God. Well, back to the nature at hand. Yeah. Pretty done with YouTube. Don't know about you. I don't know. I'm surprised you guys have hung on as long as you have. I'm surprised you're still doing your thing.
I'm pretty much just on this show these days, so I'm not really doing my own thing anymore.
Yeah, I even had my werewolf series, but I don't know if I'm going to keep doing it because my thing with the comics is just basically taking over my life now. It's like, I'm having more fun doing that. And it's not like
I've been making music, so that's what I've been doing. So.
Fuck, you're making music, I'm making comic books.
Cool. Dope.
Yeah, it's just like...
Yeah, I'm just making music. That's what I've been doing with my free time. So cool. That's what got me set up. Or, like occasionally I'll play a game with Diente or something, but that's about it.
Dude.
Yeah, I was just saying at the start of the show, you and I watched the E3 together and we're fucking laughing at it. The control pad situation.
Yeah, that elite controller is a joke.
Yeah.
Like I brought this up with Dinta. You remember the Steel Battalion controller, Kurt?
Yeah.
That one at least has an excuse to be as expensive as it is.
Well, and yeah.
Even when it came out, that thing was rare as fuck, and 40 buttons and pedals. That thing has every reason to be expensive.
Yeah, but that elite controller or whatever, it's like $100-something. It's like, yeah, no, you could buy a fucking PS3.
It's 160 pounds and it's $200 US.
It's going to be like $300 over here.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah, I do not need a $200 controller.
I'd be scared to fucking use it.
You know what?
I think I was saying some shit like, it's like for $200, like that fucking controller better fucking blow me every time I get an achievement.
That would be a good reason to make it expensive. About the unless, of course, this is going to be one of those rare collector item controllers that they are only going to make so many of, and once they're gone, they're gone.
Well, there's no mention of that, so I don't think that's the case.
Well, if they're going to put these out on mass production, that's going to... All I'm saying is if anyone buys one of those controllers hoping to sell them off for a higher markup, and they're mass-produced, you're going to be fucked.
Yep.
Not everybody's gonna buy those. I mean, let's just be fucking real here.
I know
not everybody's gonna buy it. So,
I know.
Yeah, I don't know. I can see it being maybe a little bit rare, but I highly doubt it. And I don't know about you, but I just felt at E3.
You felt a what? What did he say?
I don't know. He cut out there.
Lackluster.
Oh, okay.
There's nothing that I really want.
Uh-huh.
Pretty much, it's pretty much every fucking year.
Yeah.
There's nothing I want. Nothing I want. There's just no good games.
I thought Cyberpunk looked pretty cool.
I mean, yeah, it looks okay. It's not enough for me to... I don't know. I have a PS4 and I don't ever fucking play it. I wasted my money. I should have bought a fucking PC.
Yeah, I've more or less completely migrated over to PC entirely.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at. With PC, I can do a bunch more things, and that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. There, I mean, I can watch YouTube videos. I can watch videos if I want. I can stream. I can get my own fucking, whatever.
Yeah, I get it, man.
No, I mean, like,
it's like, what can a console do that you can't do on a PC better and for cheaper?
Yeah, I mean, really. Or, for like the cost of 2 PS4s, you get a fucking beast of a fucking system, or 2 PS5s, whatever.
And about the only thing you have to do is every so often you got to upgrade the hardware.
Well, if you got good hardware to begin with, you won't have to upgrade for like 10 years.
Yeah. Yeah, but you know what I mean. Like,
I do.
That's like the worst you got to put up with is just you're gonna occasionally have to upgrade the hardware.
And the thing, I know I said this a couple of times before, but like when you get something on PC, you've got it. You don't have to worry about the next model coming out and then you not being able to use whatever you've previously bought, which is something with consoles. I mean, you can't play PS3 games on PS4, and you won't be able to play PS4 games on PS5 unless you buy them from the store again.
Actually, from what I'm hearing is that there's probably going to be backwards compatibility with PS4 games. And I think that's really what it is. I think it's because they changed the architecture or whatever with the PS4. Like, I don't think PS3 is going to run on PS5. I don't, just because of how fucking complex they try to make everything.
No, and also they've got practically all the PS3 games on the PS Store now, don't they? So they'll want people to rebuy them.
They've actually taken PS3 games off, I believe.
What the shit?
They?
Yeah.
Well, that sucks.
Damn.
PS3's practically going to become like a lost age in gaming then, isn't it?
That's what it's looking like.
Well,
wow.
I would get on that PS3 bandwagon there, Diente, because oh my god! Ow! Ah!
Something.
What the fuck?
You sound like you stepped on a Lego.
Ah! What the fuck?
I'm just what did you do?
Ah! I didn't do anything. Ah! People are fucked now.
Yeah, that was weird.
That is really weird.
I have no idea what that was. It just...
Well, that's a good way to break your fucking concentration. Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, what the fuck just happened, guys?
I have no idea.
I was gonna say though, if you're gonna, even if all those games on PS3 you can't get on like the PS5 or whatever shit, I mean, like, there's gonna be ROMs you can get.
Yeah, they take a while to come though. I mean, because they got to optimize them and all that shit.
Also true.
It's going to be another 5-10 years before we get a halfway decent PS3 emulation anyway. Point
taken.
You know, and you're going to have a fucking beast of a PC to even fucking halfway decently run those.
Yeah, and you need a good Blu-ray as well, because yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right, yeah, I'll give you that.
It's just a shame because
shit, I mean, because it's like even N64 still has some fucking issues.
Yeah,
you know, I mean, and even like PlayStation 1 still has some fucking. I downloaded
a PS2 emulator just to play a ROM of Godzilla Save the Earth, and I couldn't get that to work.
Oh damn.
Yeah, PS2 is, you know, is still kind of wonky. I have one on my PC that works okay, but still.
Yeah, like that. I mean, that just sucks because I went.
So yeah, the PS3 is probably going to be forgotten about.
I mean, to be fair, there wasn't a lot that was really worth remembering on the PS3 anyway.
It did have some good games. I mean, look at Folklore. That was a really good game, and it would be a shame to lose that one.
I suppose. But then the PS3 also had Lair.
Well, the Xbox 360 had 2 humans, so what's your point?
Sure.
Xbox 360 also had Halo 3. It also had it had Gears of War.
Yeah, and the PS3 had fucking Uncharted and The Last of Us.
PS4 was on what had Last of Us. PS3 had the first 2 Uncharted games, I think. Actually, had the first 3 Uncharted games.
No, The Last of Us was on PS3.
Yeah, it was. It got they did the remaster for PS4 a year later.
Oh, okay. What do I think?
I have both. I don't give a shit, really. I'm just
being an
asshole. An asshole here.
I know. You should see the kind of.
I like both. I like both. They're fine. They're
I know
they're pretty decent.
Yeah, I know.
Even though I think Diente should get another PS3 so he can play some fucking games.
No.
Get yourself a used Slim and quit being a bitch and fucking play some games with me.
Go fuck yourself.
I almost want to. I'm going through the 360 library and I'm seeing multiple games that were released. I'm seeing games that were released on multiple consoles. Like there was GTA 4, there was Red Dead Redemption, there was Borderlands, Fallout.
Either that or get a 360 or something. Shit, play some Diablo with me.
Oh goddamn, Mass Effect 3.
Oh Jesus.
No, I said Diablo 3.
I know, but it's just like
But I have that all. I have the Mass Effect 3 on both Xbox 360 and PS3.
I'm just saying that's a game I think everyone wishes they could forget.
I would disagree with you. I would say Andromeda is the game that I wish I could forget.
Oh yeah, that's right. They topped themselves as having the worst game.
Okay, yeah, that one's even worse.
No, actually, you know what? I take that back. I'd much rather play Andromeda than Anthem. Because it looks to me like they're not going to finish that game anyway.
Yep. God damn, no. It does
they
not.
Pretty much shut the 6 months now. No, actually, no, it's like 3 months. Sorry.
Yeah. Anthem dead.
Yeah, Anthem's dead.
And it didn't even last a year.
Nope. They're saying that shit was going to last for 10 years.
It didn't even last one.
It didn't even last one. Exactly. Everybody's done with that game.
That is just sad.
So, No Man's Sky's outlasted Anthem. That's how bad it is.
That's how bad it is.
Jeez.
Fallout 76 has outlasted fucking Anthem.
That is
at least Fallout 76 has content coming out for it. And I would debate and fucking say that Fallout 76 had an even worse launch than Anthem did.
That's probably true, actually.
But now it's actually better. I mean, it still doesn't excuse it from being a shit game, but...
Oh, wow.
Which is why I don't look at new games. Day one patch, 50 gigabytes for fucking Fallout 76. No.
And they were banning people like over the stupidest things, weren't they, when it first came out? Because there was a lot of complaints.
There was a guy who got banned because he had all the good shit and they thought he cheated. He spent like 700 hours, something like that, getting all the good shit in the game, and they fucking banned him because they thought he cheated. There's this guy who, I think he had like 900 hours in Anthem, some shit like that. He had a lot of fucking hours. And he was farming like rare items and stuff, where all the items and stuff. They fucking banned him because he was, quote, exploiting the game's economy. Some shit like that. It's like, what economy? Jesus. He wasn't trading loot or anything. You can't even trade loot.
Wow, that sucks.
So,
hey guys, I'm talking from my phone right now, and it looks like I might have just lost my Wi-Fi connection. I'm gonna try and get it back, but we might lose the feed.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
It's still going, I think. Yeah, it's still.
I'm on my phone.
We are for now. Okay, here we are. Looks like I'm coming back. Back. Yeah.
Anywho.
You're still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah.
I'm still here, right? Hey, guys.
Yeah, I hear you. You're very, very low-toned, though. Turn your fucking mic up, sir. You're the one who's hosting this.
Is this better?
Yeah, there we go.
I just gotta speak in real close and use the ASMR voice.
Okay. Well, on that note, it's been real, guys.
Yeah, you too. Yeah, you too, Kurt. We love having you on, and we love talking to you, man.
I don't.
Well, of course you don't.
Yes, we do. You ass.
All right. Well, I'm outie, man. You guys take it easy. DNJ, we need to play some games here soon.
Hey, yeah. Kurt. Hey, Kurt. If you're ever up to it, like, We might actually try tapping you for some original music for the comic.
Maybe.
I said if. That's why I said if you're up to it.
Maybe. Get at me and I'll quote you something or whatever, you know?
Well, how about we just put it this way? The offer's on the table.
Okay, well, I mean, I can quote you a price or something.
Yeah.
If you need some music, I'll quote you a price. How about that? Sound good? Awesome. All right.
Catch you later, man.
All right. Take it easy. Peace.
And that was fun. You still there, Britt? Oh, God damn it. Okay, so I'm on my own and I have nothing to talk about. That's going to be interesting. Oh, people want to see what's happening with Britt. He's all still in the chat. It's just one person, so I think we're okay.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Yeah, I lost my connection for a moment. No.
That's so good. We're still live.
Yeah. Yeah, we are. You know what? I think we're at a good. I think we're at a good spot to call it good for the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got more stuff to work on for tomorrow's show. So yeah. If anyone is listening, if you want to catch the what the fuck? What am I doing back in here? Go away,
no
me.
idea.
Be gone. Go away, me. All right. So, if anyone's still listening and you want to catch the Radio Mythoverse stream, that is tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'll leave a link to the channel in the chat right now. Alrighty.
Cool.
All right, and there we go. I'll DM you a link over Discord, or in case you haven't subbed yet, Ginte.
Yep. Yeah, that'd be best to do. There we
go. All right. But yeah, catch that. We're gonna be a lot of fun. We always have a good time on that stream. But yeah, that being said, hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Dinte, see you next week, right?
See you next week.
All righty, bye.